Shalom Aleichem and welcome to Online Smicha. And you know that Takana, from the times of Mordechai and Esther, after this great celebration, the Megillah says that from now on, every Purim, you have to celebrate it with these special mitzvahs. One of the mitzvahs is mishloach manes ish l're'eyu, sending manes ish l're'eyu. Each one of these words, mishloach manes ish l're'eyu, in Shulchan Aruch and Sifrei Halacha, there is long discussion. How do you fulfill mishloach? Does it have to be through a shliach, or you do it straight, giving it yourself? Manos, what exactly is manos? Is manos singular, plural? The type of food. Ish l're'eyu. There's many halachas describing the halachas of the mitzvah of mishloach manos. But I want to share with you a discussion about one specific type of food, if a person would qualify, if this food would qualify to be mekayim the mitzvah of mishloach manos. And I'll get to it in a minute. The Mishnah in Masechta Beya, Daf Yudalid Amid Beis. Remember, the word says, umishloach manos. The literal translation of the word mana means portions. Obviously, we want him to eat it today. You don't want to give him something that he's going to eat. It's basically to increase in the simcha and for the Sudas Purim. We're not giving him something to store away for later. We want him to at least able to have it today. So the question is, what is manos? What is a portion? The Mishnah Masechta Beya Daf Yudalad Amid Beis, there is a machloikis between Beis Shammai and Beis Hillel about Yom Tif. Beis Shammai says, Beis Shammai Omrim, Ein mishalchim b'Yom Tif ela manos, that one may only send to his friend, a present to his friend, only manos. What's manos? Says Rashi, what is manos? Davar hamuchan, only ready-made food. The einay asui la'anichei lemachar, something you're not leaving for tomorrow to deal with. Kagoin, for example, chatichais basar, chatuchais, cut pieces of meat, ready meat, lifnei ha'orchim, that's what you give for guests, or dagim, or fish, ready made. It's not something that you still have to deal with. And actually, in that Mishnah, Beis Hillel argues and says it doesn't have to be ready-made food. Beis Hillel says, mishalchim behema chaya v'oif, you could send an animal as a present. After all, on Yom Tov you could shecht. On Yom Tov you could cook. You could send an animal, bein chayim, bein shchutim, even if it's alive, or even if it's shechted. But the word manos, Rashi over here explained, Rashi says, davar hamuchen, ready-made food that you don't have to do anything more to it. Based on that, it makes sense what the Magen Avraham, Paskins, and Simon, Tov Reish Tzadik Hey, in Hilchas Purim, in the name of the Maril, that when somebody wants to fulfill the mitzvah of mishloach manos, he has to send ready-made food. If you're sending meat, it has to be cooked meat. If it's raw steak, as nice as it may be, it's not manos. Now, if you look in the Meiri on that Gemara, on that same Mishnah, the Meiri doesn't interpret manos the way Rashi interprets it. He says manos means shachut. You can only send meat that was already shechted. You can't send a live animal. So according to the Meiri, comes out that if you want to fulfill mishloach manos, you could send a raw piece of meat. Cooked, it doesn't have to be. It just has to be shechted already. It has to be ready that if you want, you could cook it and eat it. Now, so here, based on the Meiri, you would fulfill the mitzvah of mishloach manos with raw food. There is a nitziv. The nitziv in Hamek Shaila, Simon Zayin Sif Cotton Tess, brings a raya from a pasuk in the Chumash where it uses the word mana, that perhaps it could settle this machlekes. In Parshas Tetzaveh, by the Chanukah Samishkan and all the karbonos and all the things that are taking place in the Chanukah, to the Torah says in Perik Chav Tes, Pasik Chav Vav, V'lakachta Sachaza Me'el HaMiluim, you take the breast of this behema, and the pasuk goes on, ve'inafta oisei tnufa of Hashem, you pick him up. The next three words, v'haya lecha limana, it should be your portion. So we see, and obviously it's not cooked. Obviously then it's just a piece of the carbon yet in the earliest stages. Yet we see that the Torah refers to it as mana. So many people bring this as a raya, that the Netziv brings this as a raya, that if you want to send meat and the meat is still not cooked, you can fulfill the mitzvah of mishloach manas.